All right. So it's Sunday. Sunday for me has always been a day of like routines and rituals pretty much. Typically on a Sunday, you go to church, you come home, you do some lawn care, you're going to do some laundry. I do get a little bit lazy with the dishes sometimes, so I try to catch up there if I'm behind. And then recently, my Sunday rituals have changed a little bit. So in the summer, I started doing some TikToks. And as I was trying to kind of get better at making them, one of the things you think about is what sort of TikToks are you going to make? Are you good? There are trends, and if you're on TikTok or you're doing videos, it's good to keep up with the trends, but people typically have like an idea and then they just repeat that idea over and over and over again. So for me, one of the ideas that I had a couple. One of them was to do the weather. I wanted to do like hyper local weather on TikTok, like 30 seconds of weather forecasting on TikTok. So I was doing Cleveland weather for a little bit, and then I was also doing astrology. So I'm born in August. That makes me a Leo. I was doing Leo astrology during Leo season, and then I also did the next one, whatever season comes after Leo. And eventually I got tired of it. I stopped doing the weather, but I did start doing sports. So for me, baseball is a sport, but it's also, there's something very special about baseball. It's a pastime. That's a good word for it. It's the American pastime. So the season usually 162 games, which is a lot of videos to make. And I don't know if I would have committed to doing 162 videos if it was a normal season, but this year, COVID-19, coronavirus, we only had 60 games. So 60 seemed pretty reasonable. So I did cover all of the Cleveland Indians games. And part of the reason for doing this is I think that digital media is very important. So the age that we're living in, a lot of people, they spend time on their devices. So it could be your phone, it could be your tablet, it could be your computer, it could be your television, but a lot of time is spent looking at screens. And it's embarrassing to look at your screen on Sunday if you have an iOS, an Apple device, and it'll say, this week you spent X amount of hours on your screen, which is usually more than most people would hope that they would have. But digital media, it's taken over. It's just, that's the reality. You can try to fight it if you want, but that's where a lot of things are moving. And it would be good to spend less time on the screens. I definitely believe that. But I do think it's important, personally, stay connected to people that live far away from you, friends, sharing ideas, but also for business. So if you have a businesses that are online are doing better than businesses that are not online. And it's been a trend for a while, and the trend's gotten even more apparent now that there's lockdowns and you got to spend a lot more time at home and you're not supposed to see other people and go places. I mean, we're in curfew right now. So in this undertaking, in this, journey that I'm going on through this coronavirus, I've been spending time thinking about digital media, and the best way to learn it, in my opinion, is to do it. So I've been making some videos, and I've been watching some videos, and I've been listening to, some videos. And, now on Sunday, I make Browns videos, and I make Buckeyes videos. And then the last 2 weeks, I've been making news videos. So 2 weeks ago, the Browns were on bye, so I was covering the Buckeyes, but then, I had some time. And also, it was the first Sunday after the election. So it's a hot topic. If you want to make if you're thinking about maybe trying to grow your channel, your TikTok channel or YouTube channel or whatever, news has been very hot. So 2 weeks ago, I did make a news video. It was 1 minute. And then last Sunday, the Buckeyes are supposed to play Maryland, but there's some players on Maryland that got the vid, they got coronavirus, and there was no game, so it's just the Browns. So again, instead of covering both like I have been used to, I made the Browns Texans video. This is the board that I have, and then I also did do like a news. That one was a little longer. That was like 4 minutes. Usually it's a minute. I don't think I'm gonna do the 4 minutes again. It's just too much. So I've been doing this, and it's been fun to look at over time how the videos have changed. Both in because there's a lot that goes into a video production. The more of these videos you make, you tend to learn more about how to make them. So it's not just video. It's not just pointing your phone at something. It's half audio. Half of it is audio. So your video quality might be very good, but if you're in an area with a lot of noise pollution, then your in-device microphone might not be sufficient. So, getting an external microphone is important if you want to make videos. Also, lighting. So, you might have a couple spots in your house. A lot of people, they take pictures in the bathroom because the lighting is very good in the bathroom. There's different things that you learn the more videos you make, and there's a good argument to be made for formal education. If you wanted to make films, going to film school makes a lot of sense, or if you want to do some journalism, there's like media schools that make a lot of sense, and that is also helped by experience. The more videos you make, in my opinion, the better you're going to get. So I've been making these videos. I've been learning about digital media because I think it's important. And today I'm gonna do three. I'm gonna do the Browns. I'm gonna do the Buckeyes, and I'm gonna do news. News is still pretty hot because there's a lot going on around the world, especially right now. I'm covering mostly just coronavirus, and then I am covering a little bit of like politics stuff. I think that there is a opportunity for some people that want to do media stuff to make stuff that is a little bit more partisan. It seems like a lot of media companies are kind of sorted into like left or right. It's hard to play the middle. I've been trying to play the middle, but I don't know if that's a sustainable way to try to make news anymore. It seems like people really like to hear the things that they want to hear, and if you are talking to a lot of people that have similar interests, they would like to hear stories told in a way that reaffirms their interests. I don't think that is such a good thing, but that is the reality of kind of what's going on right now. So I'm going to end this on an anecdote. And so here's the story. Here's another reason why I've been making these videos. So when you go through adolescence, you forget a lot of the things. You go through pruning. You forget a lot of the things when you were like a young child. You don't remember a lot of stuff when you were 6. A lot of that stuff just gets dumped. That's neurology. So one of the things that I do remember, though, and I want to say that it was middle school, and this was in history class, and I was talking to a female that was in the class, and she said something along the lines of, I can't quite put my finger on it, but, oh wait, no, yes, I can put my finger on it. It's your voice. It's so annoying. Whenever you start to speak, I just think you're very annoying. And it was an insult, and people, they do remember insults better than they remember compliments. It's a fact. Um, that was one of the first times that I thought about the idea that it's not how you say something. Or let me say this again. So that was the first time that I thought about the idea that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So we're in a time where there's not a lot of social interactions, and even the social interactions that we have, a lot of them are through a mask, especially the random ones. So communication is difficult, but I do like the idea of training your voice, of having a more clear, a smoother voice so that when you say things, they come across better than if you have like a Gilbert Gottfried, like scratchy, high pitched, like whiny voice. And in my opinion, the people that have the best voice are sports broadcasters. So I do not like Joe Buck. I think that he has an anti Cleveland bias, but I will admit that he has a very good voice. And he's not alone. You know, Gus Johnson, he does a lot of the sports, a lot of the football for Fox. He's got, like, there's a lot of these people that do sports broadcasting have very smooth voices. So I make these videos and I do consciously think about, you know, trying to project a little bit better, trying to imitate some of the sports voices that I really like. They're a little bit deeper, a little bit smoother. So that's another thing that I think about when I do make these videos. I'm gonna do like a short little tour of the studio. So this is the studio. It is in my basement. That's concrete floor right there. You know, I got the backdrop, and then I did put some like blankets and stuff around here to try and decrease the like echoes. So, you know, there are a lot of blankets on the walls in order to try to improve the sound quality. You know, being in the basement, I think, does help. It is, again, like a bedroom that I used to live in. And then just kind of to show you when I'm sitting in the chair, this is kind of what I'm looking at. So I got a couple of lights, got a light there, got a light there, and then this one is like a 3-point, you know, to try to backlight it a little bit. And then the camera is kind of going there. I do have that microphone. But yeah, it's certainly not like the professional stage or professional studio or anything like that. But you know, I did think a lot about sound. That has been one thing that I think about quite a bit.